news overnight. 2 firefighters hurt battling a 2-alarm fire.
I'm live from the scene, breaking down why an aggressive approach was needed by firefighters.
In Pittsburgh, a deadly shooting caught on camera. The suspect holding up the gun in this video. We are taking you through the final seconds of the victim's life before he was shot 4 times. Big changes at airports nationwide. The Federal Aviation Administration ending flight restrictions right now. Plus a change we've all been waiting for here in Pittsburgh.
We are breaking down everything you need to know from when those last flights arrive, from when those first flights depart, from when that airport train stops running. We'll have it all for you coming up.
Pittsburgh's Action News Forward this morning starts now.
We were going to tell you all about the Steelers game because we have a lot to cover as Sky 4, Pittsburgh's only news chopper, giving us a look at Acrisure Stadium this morning. The Steelers with that big win yesterday, but we still have a lot of questions this morning.
And we will hopefully look ahead and try to answer some of those as we revisit the Steelers here in just a few moments. Also, Acrisure Stadium, the site of the WPIAL title games coming up on Saturday.
That's a good point. It's going to be hopping same night as Light Up Night. I want to thank you for joining us on this Monday morning.
Let's get a look at your forecast now. Little flurries coming in this morning as I was driving into work, guys.
And it is surprising to see those in the air. I know we're at that time of year, but still very shocking to see that. We do have some unexpected slowdowns on the Parkway West as you're trying to get to the tunnel, so we'll give you a look at that from Sky 4 in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and the flurries shouldn't be an issue. They are melting on the ground, and they're very light, but yeah, it is still shocking. You know, before we know it, we'll be so used to it. But today, the bigger story is it's going to be breezy. We will have some decreasing clouds as we continue throughout the day. Winds will be gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. It is an impact day for us tomorrow. We're going to see the onset of this around 9-10 o'clock, but it's going to be a cold rain for the evening drive, and as kids are coming home from school, even could have a little bit of a mixing along 422 on north. Now that is for Tuesday afternoon and evening. Not as cold and drying out on Wednesday. All is calm and quiet. We are watching these clouds just continue to break up, and right now we have still a little bit of a band trying to work its way into Forest and Clarion County. A few flakes still flying around into portions of Johnstown. We do have a winter weather advisory for Venango in Clarion County until 1 o'clock. 32 degrees, feels like it's 25. It is going to be brisk and breezy today, but at least we get some sunshine. We'll peak near 42. Still going to feel like we're into the mid-30s. Elena.
Thanks, Ashley. Pittsburgh's Action Traffic, as promised. I do want to give you a look at this, something going on. I don't want to say it's an accident because we're not sure at this point. This is ground level as you're making your way inbound toward the Fort Pitt Tunnel. These are just some unusual backups for this time of morning. So I asked Sam Hall and Sky 4 to check it out for us. He's really everywhere. Just 2 minutes ago over Acrisure Stadium. And Sam, now you are over this incident on the Parkway West.
Yes, and as usual, Elena, you are absolutely correct. It is an accident. It's actually 5 vehicles involved here, chain reaction accident. As you come down the hill, right as you get past Parkway Center, you're going to lose the left lane to an accident involving these 4 vehicles and another a little further ahead. But you're losing that left-hand lane, and obviously wrong time, wrong place for that to happen. I'm going to pan back and show you those backups now. Still no emergency responders on the scene, so crews are yet to arrive. You're going to have a long ride coming in on the Parkway West to get down to the Fort Pitt Tunnel this morning. Eleanor.
Sam, that's really helpful. Thank you. And I'll give you that tunnel time in just a minute here. Also, a heads up, those of you who use the HOV lanes, Friday at 3 o'clock, they reopened to drivers after being closed for several months for that emergency work. However, the Perrysville Avenue on-ramp is not opening at 6 o'clock this morning because of some technical issues. So just a heads up if you're someone who uses the HOV lanes, and maybe we're excited to start using them again this week. 10 minutes right now as you're coming in on 279, split to the city, and the tunnel times. Actually not too bad just yet, but we'll likely see that Parkway West time jump soon.
All right, Elena, let's check back in with Pittsburgh's Action News 4's Ava Rash, live from the scene of that 2-alarm fire in Pittsburgh's Hazelwood neighborhood.
And Ava, you've learned some firefighters were injured while fighting this fire at these row homes. What can you tell us at this point?
The captain who was here on scene tells me that 2 firefighters were injured battling this blaze, but they were able to get out of that home. They were treated here and no one had to be taken to the hospital. So that is some good news this morning. Do want to get out of the way. Crews have just left the scene a little bit ago, but we are looking at this row house, specifically the home with the door open and then the one next to it. You can see that there's definitely some damage there for sure. This morning, it was definitely a different situation. Then right now there were flames, smoke all over. This started around 1:30 here on Glenwood Avenue, which is right off of 2nd Avenue. So a really intense situation, especially when you're dealing with these row houses. Take a listen to what the captain had to say to me.
So when they first reported that there was fire in the basement and it was a large row house, is when I decided to put the second alarm in just to get the extra manpower. And then the hampered attack also added to that decision.
Now the homes are vacant. No one was inside at the time of this fire, but they are investigating the cause. As of right now, they do believe that it started in the basement. For now, covering Allegheny County, live in Hazelwood, Ava Rash, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
And we're glad those firefighters are okay, Ava. Thank you. Even more breaking news right now. One person suffered injuries during this rollover crash in Coraopolis. We are still working to learn what happened moments before the vehicle flipped and the airbags deployed. This is a block up from Route 51 in the 1600 block of State Street. It happened just before 1 a.m. All new this morning, 2 people were hurt in a stabbing on Pittsburgh's south side last night. Investigators say officers found 2 men with stab wounds on East Carson Street around 10:30 last night. One was taken to the hospital in critical condition, the other in stable condition. Police say they arrested a man at the scene and charges are forthcoming.
Right now, a deadly shooting investigation is underway in Pittsburgh. Take a look at your screen. This surveillance video shows the moments the victim was walking down the street as a suspect pulls out a gun. We've paused the video right before shots were fired. It happened in the city's Middle Hill neighborhood on the corner of Webster Avenue and Summer Street around 6 o'clock last night. That's right near Ann's Market. We actually talked to a store clerk at Ann's Market. They tell us the victim came into the market, bought a snack, talked on the phone inside the store, and then left. Take a look now at this surveillance video again. It shows the victim walking down Webster Avenue, and then the shooter comes out of the shadows and shoots the victim at least 4 times. Police tell us the shooter ran toward Summer Street. The victim was rushed to the hospital where he died. Police have collected video and other evidence, but so far no suspects have been identified.
Well, there were a number of subplots in the Steelers' 34-12 win over the Bengals yesterday at Acrisure Stadium. First, Aaron Rodgers, and ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that Rodgers may have a slight break in his left wrist. We should know more either today or tomorrow. He will undergo further evaluation later today. As for what came next, the Steelers turn to Mason Rudolph as Rodgers here, as you're looking at that injury. This is late in the first half as he went down, headed to the locker room late in that first half, and we did not see him the rest of the day. So again, that opened the door for Mason Rudolph, who was terrific in relief. 12 of 16 for 127 yards passing and a TD pass with no interceptions.
We talked in the locker room, and he told me, he gave me the finger and said, "Hey, you're going," not the bad finger, but the index, and said, "You're going in." And so we, appreciate Arthur Smith and Tom working with me to kind of get to the stuff that I liked in the game plan and tailor it to kind of my favorites.
Meanwhile, the Bengals offense, they had been lighting up the scoreboard in recent weeks, but the Steelers defense, give them credit. They held them in check and also turned in a pair of defensive touchdowns on an interception and fumble return, both in the second half to break the game open. So add to that the Ravens beating the Browns yesterday, and the Steelers' lead in the AFC North stays at 1 game. Steelers and Ravens, they haven't played yet. They play on December 7th and also in the final week of the regular season. The Steelers are in Chicago next Sunday to visit the Bears.
Right now, air travel is inching closer to returning to normal. Just in the last couple of minutes, the FAA lifted air traffic capacity limits that were in effect for more than a week due to the government shutdown that caused those staffing issues.
Washington correspondent Rachel Hersheimer joins us live from our Washington bureau. All right, Rachel, the big question here is how will it impact Thanksgiving travel?
Michelle and Janelle, everyone has been waiting for this. So if you are flying for Thanksgiving, it does not look like your travel plans will be impacted by the restrictions that have been put in place for the last 10 days. Flight delays and cancellations are trending down. It does look like that is going to continue. So good news on this Monday morning. On Sunday, the FAA announced it's lifting all restrictions on commercial flights that were imposed at 40 major U.S. airports across the country. Now, this comes after the longest government shutdown in American history caused safety concerns for flying. Staffing shortages at air traffic control facilities, they worsened as controllers missed their paychecks. The flight cuts started at 4% and grew to 6% before the FAA on Friday rolled back restrictions to 3%. But in a statement, the FAA saying an agency safety team recommended the order of limiting air traffic to be rescinded. And today we are seeing all of that play out. Now, AAA does predict that 6 million Americans will be flying domestically during the Thanksgiving travel period, which starts a week from tomorrow. And airline leaders do remain optimistic that flight operations will resume as normal by then. In Washington, Rachel Hersheimer, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Here in Pittsburgh, today marks the final day of the current landside terminal. Overnight, all operations will switch to the new modernized terminal.
We've been looking forward to this. Pittsburgh's Action News 4's Carlos Flores joins us live from the airport. Carlos, what do people know if they're heading to the airport today?
Well, we're 24 hours away, or less than 24 hours away, rather, from the opening of the new landside terminal. If you're planning on catching a flight, here's everything you really kind of need to know. TSA in the current landside terminal will close at 11 p.m. later today. From there, we'll see those last couple of flights come in. The last international flight is expected to come in around 9:15 p.m. from London. The last domestic flight will be coming in from Atlanta from around 12:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Folks in those last couple of flights will be getting their baggage at the current baggage carousel, and from there, once those flights arrive, it's a complete transition. They're going to start doing all the work they need to prepare for that new terminal to really open. That means putting up new signage, changing the traffic patterns, heading over to the new terminal. The airport train will stop working close to around 2:30 a.m. Tomorrow morning, and check-in will start at 3 with those first arrivals and departures happening at 5 a.m. So plenty of excitement surrounding the opening of the new terminal. Don't worry, we'll have you covered from start to finish right here on WTAE. But for right now, covering Allegheny County from Pittsburgh International Airport, Carlos Flores, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
All right, thanks, Carlos. We look forward to seeing that new airport. 6:11 is the time right now. Pittsburgh's Action weather. Another chilly one out there. Time for the kids to bundle up heading to school today.
Yeah, for the next 6 months, I feel like we're going to be saying that for sure. And it is a chilly start. Those winds are starting to pick up. Kids, you'll stay in the low to mid 30s as you head out the door, heading to school. A few flurries in some spots, nothing significant. Riding home, though, in the low 40s. Still a good day to get outside for some fresh air. Just may have to cut the time a little bit, not too long. We are going to be breezy throughout the day. We'll have another check of weather and traffic here right after the break.